Call Snowden. Govenor Hogan takes right stance on Trump. October 20th, 2016. What seems like an eternity will come to an end on Tuesday, November 8th, with the election of the next president of the United States of America, Donald Trump, who has been the Don Rickles of politics, having managed to insult women, Latinos, African Americans, a disabled journalist, Republican office holders, and a score of others. We'll finally hear from the voters of America. Mr. Trump's campaign has been an ignominious event for many Americans. It is amazing what you find when you take the time to look at how many Republicans he has attacked personally. In 2007, he told CNN that the President George Bush was probably the worst president in the history of the United States. He called U.S. Senator Ted Cruz of Texas Lying Ted. He called former Florida Governor Jeb Bush low energy. And he mocked every other Republican challenger he faced in the primaries. Without predicting the outcome of the election, I suspect many Americans will follow the lead of Governor Larry Hogan, who has made it clear he will not endorse or vote for Mr. Trump. Governor Hogan's position has angered many right-wing politicians who believe that he should support the Republican nominee just because he's a Republican. Governor Hogan has set a standard all elected officials may want to consider, voting for the most qualified candidate, regardless of party affiliation, race, or gender. Quite frankly, I've been impressed with Governor Hogan's approach to governing. I know there are those who say Governor Hogan is doing this for political reasons because he is in a blue state, like Maryland, that is likely to go for Hillary Clinton anyway. However, when you compare his position to the other politicians, including County Executive Steve Shue and Annapolis Mayor Mike Pantelides, both Republican officials who have endorsed Mr. Trump, you see a sharp contrast in leadership. Mr. Shue, when asked at a meeting of the Caucus of African American Leaders, made it clear that he didn't support many of Mr. Trump's inflammatory and racist comments, but supported his conservative commitment to governance. Mr. Shue did not win over many in the audience that evening. There's something odd about saying that although someone has offended millions of his fellow Americans, you will endorse and vote for him anyway. I will never understand how Senator Cruz was able to endorse Donald Trump. Mr. Trump insulted Senator Cruz's wife and inferred that his father was involved in the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. On the other hand, Governor Hogan took a principled stand long before the Republican office holders found the courage to say no to a candidate who is sexist and racist. Mr. Hogan seems to understand what many of other Republican office holders could not bring themselves to understand. What is good for America will always trump, no pun intended, political expediency. Like Governor Hogan, I could not support a person for the office of president who had insulted women, African Americans, Latinos, and members of the military. The Republican candidate for president never apologized for attacking a Gold Star Muslim family whose son died defending their nation. Governor Hogan understood that Donald Trump, like Don Rickles, can at times be an amusing comedian, but that he can never be president of the United States of America. On November 8th, Americans will make a decision about who they want to represent them. I will be doing everything I can to make sure that Governor Hogan's position is affirmed by the voters. No racism, and yes, to an America where the commander-in-chief commands the respect of all Americans, not just the bigots.